86% of India's farmers have less than 5 acres of land. So this is actually sustenance farming, where they grow what they have to eat and they grow some surplus to sell. That independence was with them in 1947. That is being attacked by the Contract Farming Act. The Contract Farming Act says that companies will come in and make you grow crops which they need. UP has also announced a plan for one district, one crop, one company. So they are going to make you grow banana, they are going to make you grow some fruit, they are going to make you grow some vegetable which they want to process and sell in the market, and you lose that independence to grow food for yourself. Secondly, the Contract Act says that you have to buy the inputs and services. So inputs is one part, but services is it's something which is not clearly understood, because these companies are going to sell mechanized services and they're going to be sold for a cost. So you're going to buy harvesting, you're going to buy sowing, you're going to buy tilling, you're going to buy weed removal, you're going to buy all these services from the companies, and you're going to pay for it. And when you pay for it, you will have to get the source of money by mortgaging your land separately to lending institutions. That is part of the law, Section 9. So you lose your land, the risk is yours, and the company will buy things after having an assayer assess the value of the crop. So even if it has promised you value of 30 rupees a kg, but the assayer may say that your present crop is only worth 20 rupees a kg, so you are forced to buy it. The Mandi law, the Mandi Bypass Act, allows for all these social welfare institutions, like all these agricultural societies, to actually open online trading centers for private corporations. And they are going to become big private corporate institutions which are going to hold these mandis. And these private corporations are going to give only the online trade rates. That means the cheapest rate online is going to be offered by these mandis. So the MSP assurance goes away. And the government says that in the preamble of the act, the government says that the purpose of the act is that the government is going to help these mandis in order to provide alternate channels of trade, crop trade. Now this is not an alternate channel, because if the government is going to help these mandis, it is going to wind up the Sarkari mandis. The Sarkari mandis were the mandis where big traders were not allowed, because they would actually indebt the farmer and reduce the crop price. That's going to happen here. The private mandis, the law says that the farmers can, the purchaser can pay the value of the crop 3 days after purchase by taking away the crop on a slip of paper, by giving a slip of receipt on a slip of paper. And this period can be extended by this government till the time that the purchaser has actually sold his crop elsewhere and earned a profit. So with these kind of conditions, the Mandi Act allowing the mandis, private mandis, to set their own terms of fair trade, the rules of fair trade. That means all litigation also is going to be settled in terms of these laws. So it's actually handing over entire trade, entire agricultural cropping pattern to the corporates. And then comes the Essential Commodities Amendments Act, which says that food is no longer an essential commodity. You are allowed to raise the prices of cereals, oilseeds and pulses by 1.5 times every year, and that of vegetables and fruits by 2 times every year. Now this is the kind of cost escalation, price escalation that is being allowed. There will be no stock limits. So in totality, the entire agricultural sector and the food sector, what is going to be grown, the purchase, the processing, sorting, packing, food processing, everything is going to become handed over to the companies. Now these entail a lot of manual labor in India. It's a livelihood question. So it will finish. That is what is the problem with these laws. And sure, the government says that we are ready to make changes. We can offer to them. You give a Mandi law, you say that MSP has to be paid. You say that in Contract Act there is no risk for the farmer. The inputs will be supplied by the company at the company's risk, and the farmer will be assured at least a minimum price for his labor. So if there is no risk to the farmer, let them make these changes.
But that they won't do.
Oh, of course, that takes away the law. These things take away the law. You see, MSP is an important issue, but the bigger issue is the control over what is going to be grown in India, because India is the biggest agricultural landmass in the world, 140 million hectares, 141 million hectares. Of all the countries which are bigger in size, you don't have such a big agricultural landmass which has got provision for agriculture 12 months a year. So they are all winter months are frozen or some other country, and with adequate rainfall. So it's a huge country which has got a scope, and it is in the center of trade routes. So it's something which the world corporates are baying for. They're baying for our blood, So, and we have stood up and challenged. What is the problem? These big corporates, Adani, Ambani, they are not coming by themselves. There's Walmart, there's Dreyfus, there's ADB, piggy riding on their back and coming over here.